Good morning. Excuse the hair. I tried to be a real girl and curl it and it just went. Being a girl is hard. It's really hard. So today, I'm going to use the Glamlite pizza palette and I'm going to try to do a bat wing, which y'all know I can't do a wing to save my life. So this might be a fail. But we're going to try it anyways because that's just what I feel like doing. Um, if you are new here, welcome. If you guys know, I deal with the mental health system on a regular basis. So yesterday, with the crap that I'm dealing with my son, I spoke to a lawyer. And unfortunately, this lawyer is not versed in the ADA law that my son has had his rights violated. You ready to see this? Beth, oh my gosh. Okay. You might have to help me. So basically, this lawyer heard what kind of has been going on. And if you don't know what's been going on, I'm going to recap for you just because some of y'all might be new here. My son was in a facility, a level 2. And when I moved him from this level 2 to a level 4, because we've been trying to get higher level for months, I unpacked his clothing to check it into the new facility, and it was soaked in urine. Now, my son does wet the bed still, and that's part of his chemical imbalance that he has in his brain. He's done it forever, and I mean, he sleeps so hard that he doesn't wake up. That part doesn't work. The part that alerts you that you've got to go to the bathroom, that part doesn't work when he's sleeping. So anyways, that facility was aware of the bedwetting issue, and they basically did absolutely nothing to accommodate for that. So I open up this suitcase, and there's like 6 days of urine-soaked clothes in this suitcase, and the smell is unreal. And I know some of y'all already know this, and I'm sorry if I'm rehashing, but it's good morning, Cindy, but it's part of where I'm going with this. So when that happened, I notified my care coordinator. I notified the person who deals with grievances at Partners and a bunch of other people, and they were appalled at what happened. So that email went out September 11th. Well, the facility that he was at, the old one, got pissed off that I shot off that email, and they got investigated due to what was in that email. Now, granted, I didn't file a grievance. Partners filed one on my behalf. But she was so upset that I did that on September 15th, she goes up to the courthouse for juvenile justice, and she files assault charges on my son for an incident that happened on September 2nd while he was there in her facility. So that right there is blaring proof that it was in pure retaliation for her getting investigated. Okay, Cindy, it's coming. So during this investigation, I get the letter that basically states that she lied. She said that he never wet the bed while he was there. They weren't aware of any urine-soaked clothing, that a staff was there when he packed his bag and they didn't notice it, blah, 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 blah. And so that's what this investigation letter told me, was that she was basically saying that she took care of him, that his needs were met, and that he didn't wet the bed while he was there, which is complete BS, because you cannot tell me that he just miraculously stopped wetting the bed while he was in her care. I mean, there's no way. We've had to like replace mattresses and all kinds of stuff because it's so bad. So she lied is basically what happened. And so they didn't do anything. So I'm like reeling on this, and then I get the letter. Stop pounding so hard on my face. I know, I get upset and I'm like, rah, rah, rah. So I get a letter for the assault charge. Well, in this letter, there wasn't any information basically saying what the assault was or anything like that. And so I had to call down there and find out what this assault was. So according to DJJ, she is saying that my son, during an episode of his manifestation of his disability, threw a paper plate of food at a staff member, and that's what constituted the assault charge. Good morning, Gloria. A paper plate of food. And so she pressed assault charges. Now here's where it gets really interesting. So apparently on September 15th, when this person, I'm assuming it's a staff member at the facility, went up to file the assault charge, they didn't have their ID with them. So it couldn't even like really get into the books or get processed because she didn't bring her ID. So first of all, who's driving around and not got their ID on them? So this person went back on October 13th, almost a month later, with their ID to make sure that this charge got processed. How vindictive and petty, and I mean, that's just crazy to me. So I'm going into, this is the Glamlite Veggie palette. I love, 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 love Glamlite. If you have not got you something from Glamlite, you should. The formula is amazing. The packaging is super, super cute. I love Glamlite. I love Glamlite. Okay, so I'm going to go into this olive shade right here. And I'm going to put that into a little bit into my crease, but a little bit above my crease. So I'm explaining all of this to this lawyer, and he's like, wow. He's like, look, he said, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really deal with cases like this. I deal with more so to do with like the IDEA, rights law, and with like the school system. He's like, let me talk to my colleagues and see if I can find somebody who can help you. Which basically, I've heard that before and they never get back to me. So I'm not holding my breath on that one. I'm just really not. So that's another strike. Well, through dealing with all this over the years and all of the, hey Selena, dealing with all of the mishandlings with my son's care over the years, I have a relationship with a couple of ladies that work at the Disability Rights Advocacy Agency in Raleigh. So, of course, I reached out to her because I was like, look, I've had enough. I've had enough of this bull crap. You know, it's got to stop. Like, this is ridiculous. What was this facility other than to hurt me, and my son, to press these false allegations of assault against my son for manifesting his disability. Like, you are a mental health therapeutic facility. This is what you do. These kids are the type of kids that you take and that you take care of. That's what they do. So it just blows my mind. So, oh my gosh, what a long thing. Kimberly, I will read that in a minute because that's too long. I can't read that much. So I talked to my contact at the disability rights place. She is pissed at this point, which she's been upset with a lot of the stuff that has been going on with my kid, but unfortunately they have to kind of be really careful about when they get involved and when they don't. And I mean, it's just a bunch of political bullcrap is really what it is. And it all boils down to money. It all boils down to funding and money. So she is going to talk to some of her colleagues, and she's going to get back to me, which she will. She'll get back to me. I know she will. She always does. So the only bad part is that a lot of times when she gets back to me, we don't really have anything for you. So, but being the super freaking mom pissed off that I am, I start looking into the ADA, which is basically the federal law that protects or tells the regulations and all of that stuff about people with disabilities. So I find in the ADA a clause, and it is in the Title II section 35.153, and it basically has a part in there that talks about how a facility cannot retaliate against a person with special needs due to a grievance for like filing a complaint. That's federal. That is federal, not state. That's federal. But, I'm blurry. Even though I now found that information, I really can't do shit with that until I get a lawyer who is willing to help me fight it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into basil, which is the darker green, and I'm going to put that into my crease just to kind of darken this up. So the sad part is that a lot of these lawyers who deal with disability cases deal more with trying to help people obtain disability, like through SSI, through the Social Security office, like to obtain their insurance and their funds or whatever. They don't really deal a whole lot with this kind of stuff. So, I mean, I have called news stations, I have called all kinds of stuff. And right now, everybody is so COVID heavy that if it don't have to do with COVID, they don't want to talk to you. So that's frustrating too. But the lady at the disability rights place told me to yet again fire off an email, which I've done this numerous times in the past, to like the CEO of Partners and the care coordinator and like all these people, which I've done this before. I have done it before. But I'm going to do it again because I refuse to lay down and let this crap happen to my kid over and over and over again. I would feel very differently if he like walked up and just punched somebody in the face. But for him to be manifesting his disability and for you to press assault charges only because you got investigated, because you fucked up. Excuse my language, but I'm upset. I mean, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. So, I guess in short, what I'm saying is I'm gearing up for a fight. I'm gearing up for a fight. I'm over it. And I'm sick and tired of getting pushed around. I'm sick and tired of it. I even called my new care coordinator because when he switched to this new facility, I lost my old care coordinator. Even though I protested that and said that I didn't think that that would be a good idea, that it could be detrimental to his care, yada, 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 they still freaking did it because that's just the way that they do things. So I'm using a flat, like packing brush, and I am going to spray it with my setting spray. I do that if I'm using a shimmer. It's just Morphe setting spray. I do that if I'm using a shimmer, or I'll use my NYX glitter glue to really make it pop. But I'm not trying to make this too intense, just for the fact that I want the focus to be on the Batwing. So I'm going to go into, first I'm going to go into spinach. And then I'm going to go into this jalapeno. I'm going to do the lighter green on the inside and the darker green on the outside. We can handle the language. We're all big girls. Thank you, Denise. I try really hard not to, you know, drop a bunch of F-bombs and crap, but I'm so frustrated, guys. I'm so frustrated. And, you know, this really plays into my own mental health. Like, not just my kid and what's happening to him and, you know, his quality of care, but this stuff stresses me out. I have anxiety attacks. I have bouts of insomnia because I can't sleep because I'm stressing about it. I'm up, you know, all hours of the night researching these laws to try to find something to help me. Because not only am I upset about this about my own kid, but you can't make me believe that he's the only one that deals with this. And you know what what's even sadder about this whole situation is where he's at now. I don't feel like they are really qualified to be able to help him. And they are not communicating to me like they're supposed to. He already had to be physically restrained, and they didn't even call me and tell me about it until weeks later at a CFT meeting. And by law, just so you guys know that have kids, they are supposed to notify you within 24 hours if there's been an incident report made or if there's been a restraint administered. So that right there is already a violation of his care. So I don't know what's going on with these facilities. I really don't. I don't know. I feel like it has to do with them being underfunded. But at the same time, I know they get thousands and thousands of dollars because my kid's there to help with the providing of his special care. But at the same time, I don't feel like these places allocate it correctly in order to obtain the resources that they need to be able to help these kids. So the pattern has been that my kid just keeps getting bounced around from place to place to place. So, like, I have to be super careful because if I raise a stink too much at this new facility, they'll just discharge him. And if they discharge him, that means he has to come home, which puts my family in danger because my kid can be very violent. So I'm getting to the point where I've learned enough about what they are supposed to be doing. It's just getting the help from somebody to actually fight it. Can you visit him anytime, or do you have to make an appointment? I have to make an appointment, and that is because there are other children there. And so with HIPAA and all that, I have to be mindful and understanding of their privacy. So, but I try to call down there as much as possible, and I did fight and finally get to where somebody at that facility is supposed to call me once a week and give me an update on his status, like how he's doing, his progress, all of that jazz. I'm going to go into this garlic, which is this gold shimmer, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. It might be too dark for an inner corner highlight, but we're going to find out. Oh, no, it's not. Woo! Okay. So, just to let y'all know, if I'm a little distant the next couple of days, it's because I am trying to gingerly word this email that I need to fire off to these people and explain what's been going on, and yet again, another violation. The problem is that I've done this so many times, and this is what I was telling the lady at the disability advocacy place, is like, you know, I said, I've done this so many times where I've filed grievances and complaints. And I mean, I even filed complaints with the Department of Health and Human Services, and nothing happens. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets resolved. It's so frustrating. Okay, so that is it for the eye look. I am going to put on a dark green eyeliner. So wait a minute. Let me find it. So this is the NYX Professional Makeup in Tropical Green. It's like a metallic-y, dark green. I like these, but I'll be honest, I don't like them as much as my ColourPop ones. But these are more readily available because the ColourPop ones stay sold out all the time. But whew, got real quiet. Sorry about that. Okay. So now that I have my eye look, I'm so scared. We're going to try this Batwing. We're going to try this Batwing. So I have a plethora of felt tip liners. I just grabbed this one because it's smaller. Since this is the Fenty, which is a really good liner, by the way. But it's smaller, and because I'm going to be trying to draw something with my non-artistic butt, I wanted to use the shorter one so that I can try to control what I'm doing. Y'all know I can't even do a regular wing. I don't know what possessed me to think that I could do this bat wing, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Oh gosh, Selena, I will read that in a minute because that's a lot of I can't read all that while I'm doing this. I go back and read the comments, guys. So if I don't catch something while I'm live, I do go back and read them. I need to do my eyebrows first though, because these are I'm looking rough. I usually do them before I do my eyeshadow, and I'm just flustered today, so I didn't. My favorite eyebrow product is the Iconic London Brow Cushion. This is in the shade medium. I also have the light, so if I have a day that I don't want my brows to be super dark, then I use the light one instead. So I just use a flat angled brush to like carve out the line to create the shape that I want. And then I take that same brush and I start at that line and I pull up to blend it into my brow so that I don't have that definitive line down there. I mean, I still want a little bit of that line just because I want it to look carved out like people do with concealer, because I don't carve my brows out with concealer. And then I just fill in where I think my brow's supposed to be. I basically just said the system sucks. Yes, it does. It really does. But here's my hopes, okay? Aside from getting my own kid the help that he needs, I'm really hoping, because I get told all the time that I'm not alone in my battle. That I'm not alone in my battle. So I'm not the only parent who is frustrated. I'm not the only parent who is dealing with this stuff. So what is happening then? Like, if I'm not the only one who's frustrated, then why is nothing being done is what I don't know. Like, do we need to all band together? I mean, and it sucks because people tell me all the time, unless you start a lawsuit and sue them and hit them in the pocketbook, they don't want to do anything. And I'm not looking to make money off of this. That is not my freaking goal. My goal is to get my kid the freaking help that he legally, federally by law and state law deserves. In the meantime, stop the mental health to the justice system pipeline that has been going on here lately. It seems like these places, I mean, how are you going to be a mental health facility and then press charges on a mentally ill kid for manifesting his mental illness? Like, I just don't understand that. Do you know how many times he's attacked me? Do you know how many times that he's gone after his brother or his sister? Numerous times. Numerous times. Did we press assault charges? No. No, we did not. So, I don't know. It just sucks. Especially because with him being 15, we are getting really close to him being 18. And when he turns 18, and sometimes at 16, depending on what happens, he actually can get, like, jail time. He could go to jail for these things. My 15-year-old. My 15-year-old mentally ill son is at very high risk of going to jail because he's mentally ill. I don't know, guys. It's just wrong on so many levels. Isn't it crazy how brows just really, like, make a look? So now I'm using the Maybelline New York Tattoo Studio brow pen. And I use this just to make my little thin tail, just because my brush is too thick to make it. So I just make my little fake tail there. And then if I have any, like, bald spots, which I do because I used to pluck the crap out of my eyebrows, I just fill it in with this little marker. Marker? Yeah, it's like a marker. Okay. Here we go. All right, so the way that I've seen this done... Good morning, Deidre. Hey, Gree. The way I've seen this done is they made the line like they normally would for a wing, but they made it pretty long. And then they came back and just did the loop, 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 loop. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Go to jail for something that he can't control. He didn't ask for this. He's just trying to cope and figure it out. Yeah. Gloria, agree. And you know what the worst part is that because of all of the passing around and the mishandlings and all of that, he's given up. He's given up hope that anybody's going to be able to help him. And so he's kind of reached the point where he's like, why do I need to open up to this therapist? They're going to leave anyways. Use a light hand. I don't know what that is, Beth. Okay, so I am going to line the top of my eye. And this is where it gets bumpity-bumpity. I have very, very wrinkledy eyelids. If only every parent cared as much as you do. Oh, I mean, it's freaking heartbreaking to watch. I mean, it really is. And to watch it not only with my own kid, but every time I go into these types of facilities, I can't talk and do this at the same time. I've already messed up. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I'm not going to talk for a minute. So hang on. We're going to flick. I don't think it's long enough. Okay. Okay. Y'all probably can't see what I'm doing. Don't feel bad. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. And then they came back. Okay. They came back and they did like, I don't know. Okay. I'm making it a little longer so I can make a small one right here. Okay, so it's a baby batwing. Okay. Now, here's the hard part. Trying to match it. All right, let me close this and shake it. I want to be able to do like a wing. You know what I mean? With the green, it looks like a dinosaur. All right, here we go. I can't want to. Yup. This is the Fenty liner, Gloria. This line's thicker. Liner's the devil. Why did I think I could do this? What is wrong with me? Now I have to make this one thicker. And this is how I'm going to end up with my whole eye done. All right. Screw it. Okay. Two. And then three. How do people do this? It knows my fear. Yes. Yes, it does. It keeps looking blurry on my phone. Is this blurry for y'all? I'm sorry if it is. I have to get really close to my mirror because I can't freaking see. I feel like this looks like I drew it with my left hand. This side looks nothing like the other side. All right, so I'm not gonna mess with it no more because it's uneven and there ain't nothing I can do about it. My eyes starting to water because I'm stressing. It is what it is. And just to make people know that this is a batwing and not a dinosaur, I'm gonna take this little decal stencil. And it's a bat and a little half moon. And I'm going to put it somewhere on my face. Like right there. And I'm just going to go into that same pizza palette. I'm not left-handed, Greek. And I'm going to go into black olive. And I'm just going to use a tiny, like, packing brush if I can find it. Actually, I'm not going to use a packing brush. I'm going to use this little, like, round one. And I'm going to really dip in. And I'm just going to dab it into the little moon and the bat. I got really quiet and I'm sorry, I was concentrating. You would think after a year and a half of practicing a wing that I would be freaking better at it. Okay. And I hope that this doesn't rip my eyebrow off. And then I'm going to take this teeny little bat. And I'm going to put her right there. And do the same thing. And this is a way that I get by because your girl can't draw like all these little fancy Instagram, YouTube, amazing makeup artist. Bam! And just to add a little pizzazz, I'm going to, hang on. So this is the shade Emperor in Black Moon. It is a liquid lip. But what I am going to do is take this teeny tiny little brush and I'm going to dip it into this lip. Just on the tip. Gina, where are you at? Just on the tip. And I'm just going to do little dots. Just to add some sparkle. Okay, now on to my lip. I'm super excited about this. So this is the new Fenty shade in Unmatched. These are their lip stunner lip paints. I absolutely love them. You do want to shake it up. Same lip liner I always use, the LA Girl Auto Lip Liner. So this side of my mouth is shorter than this side. So I really have to draw this side up a little bit so that they look even. Where did you get all your little stencils? They're adorable. Amazon. You can also find them at Walmart in like the crafting section. Any stencil will work. Okay, I love the little doe foot on this because it holds product really good, and it's got like a point so that you can line your lip. So if you notice, I used the doe foot to reline where I did the lip liner, just right on the lip line. And then I'll turn it so that the point's down so that I can line the bottom part. And then once I got it lined, I'll just fill it in. So in the jar, this looks super red, and on camera it looks super red. In person, it's more of like a strawberry red. Okay, now I need to put mascara on because I'm looking kind of dead and my eye is still watering from all that stress of that stupid wing. Am I absolutely happy with what I got going on? Nope. not at all. Am I going to wear it all day today anyways? Yep, sure am. So thank you for y'all for watching. You know, I know that not everybody likes to hear. I try really hard not to be negative. I mean, it's really hard given what I go through all the time, but I try to send out positivity, love, and energy and good juju. But this crap with my kid, man, it's really hard to not have a nervous breakdown. I mean, it just really is. The amount of stress and worrying and anxiety. I mean, and then on top of that, you know, I have my own mental health that I'm dealing with. Trying to keep myself together. It just, it adds to it, and it's frustrating. So I'm trying to keep myself together and my own mental health, and then on top of that, help my kid with his mental health. Meanwhile, the system continuously just keeps fighting me. It's not fun. Not fun. Anybody still watching? Are you still there? I think I'm going to put lashes on today. It might cover up this giant fat liner that I have. But I'm going to do that off camera because this has been a ridiculously long live. And the last couple of videos that I did, I showed how I glued my lashes on. So, not like y'all need to see that over and over and over and over and over again. But in a second, when I get all done, I will post the final look. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope you have an incredible weekend. If you decide to do your makeup, please post. I want to see it. Thank you for listening to me complain. And I love you guys. Oh, it's so blurry. Here's the final look. Love yourselves. Love each other. And if you have somebody that deals with mental health, reach out to them and just let them know you're thinking about them. It really goes a long way, whether they respond to you or not. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.